Fletcher also pulled the trigger on another trade, dealing Dave Andreychuk, which we'll get to in a moment. We'll start with Clark first.
Straighten everybody there. Well, let us start with the Wendel Clark. You know, he pretty much carried the Maple Leafs on his shoulders from 1985 until Doug Gilmour arrived in Toronto to give him some help. Even after that, Wendel Clark was a key factor in the Maple Leafs' run to the NHL's Final Four a couple of years in a row. When he was traded away, hockey fans in Toronto cried the blues, and now Wendel Clark is back as a Maple Leaf, the former captain, now 29 years old, having a decent year with the Islanders, fourth in scoring on that team, 24 goals. He heads to Toronto along with defenseman Mathieu Schneider and unsigned junior defenseman Denis Smith. Leafs, though, give up a lot of talent and a lot of potential in return. Kenny Jonsson, 21-year-old defenseman, Darby Hendrickson, just a youngster, OHL scoring leader Sean Haggerty with Detroit, and a first-rounder in 1997. And don't forget, 97 said to be shaping up as the best draft year in a decade. Here's Leaf GM Cliff Fletcher.
Obviously, we're very, very happy. We think it's a terrific move for the Maple Leafs. Wendel is having a very good year this year. Not only goal scoring, but he brings extra toughness to our team.
It was Wendel Clark's toughness and heart that captured the attention of the Toronto Maple Leafs and their fans immediately after he was selected first overall in the 1985 entry draft. Coming in as an 18-year-old, he was an instant favorite at Maple Leaf Gardens, patrolling left wing, punishing opponents for 9 seasons while wearing the blue and white. His physical presence and his rifle-like shot accounting for 208 goals over that span. And in 1991, Clark was named captain of the Maple Leafs. However, the Maple Leafs were looking for a young player with a good touch around the net, and at the 1994 draft, on the heels of a 46-goal season, Wendel Clark was shipped to Quebec in a blockbuster deal for Mats Sundin. Maple Leaf fans have loved Sundin, but they also loved Clark, and they hoped that one day the two could play together. And now, that wish has come true.
He's a very a big, exciting player, that's an up-and-coming player, especially in Toronto, and going to do great things. So it's going to be exciting to be able to play with him rather than against him. It's going to be pretty exciting. It'll be the first time back playing, and I played once there in a visiting uniform, and I'll tell you, it's a lot more fun playing in a home uniform than it is in a visiting one, so it should be very exciting.
Joining Clark in Toronto is defenseman Mathieu Schneider. The 26-year-old was the third leading scorer on the Isles this season with 47 points. He's a power play specialist. 7 of his 11 goals this year have come with the man advantage. The Leafs are looking for Schneider to continue that trend when he arrives in Toronto.
We're looking for Matthew to lead us behind the blue line, to be a real key in the power play because of his tremendous shot, and we're just elated about the deal.
Meanwhile, on Long Island, the future continues to get brighter. Heading the package of youngsters going to New York is 21-year-old defenseman Kenny Jonsson. In his second NHL season, the Swedish star has a Leafs team best +12. It was his acquisition that was key to the Islanders pulling the trigger on this deal.
We consider him to be among the premier young defensemen and will very soon, if not already, be among the premier defensemen in the league. He is a solid player defensively, brings a lot to the table with his vision offensively. We think we got a guy that's going to be part of our process building towards the Stanley Cup for the next 10 years.
The other full-time National Leaguer joining the Islanders is Darby Hendrickson. In and out of the Maple Leafs lineup this year, Hendrickson has 6 goals and 6 assists in limited action.